So as you probably know, I went vegan for a year in a desperate attempt to heal a ton of health issues I've had 10 to 20 years. They only got worse over that year. They got very, very bad towards the end there. The, uh, the digestion got worse, and um, the different foods that I was intolerant to just became more and more and more, until the point that I was just eating. I remember one point I was just eating apples for a period of time, just because it was just getting so bad. The eczema on my face went from these little tiny things to basically covering my face over that year period. So it just made things a ton worse. But one thing I'll always be incredibly grateful for is that the vegan plant based community are really big on fasting. There's there's the Lauren Lockman channel, the Tanglewood Center, which I was following. I don't anymore believe in the diet they follow, but their fasting sort of lifestyle, or they don't really live a fasting lifestyle. They're more focused on doing a few 21-day fasts or longer, to heal everything, and then they just go raw. But it opened me up to fasting. And during that year, I did try fasting. The longest I ever made was 48 hours. Plain water, they all tend to shy away from salts. And I did, at one point I was doing 36 to 48 hours every week, dropped that down to about 24 hours a week, and it just sort of trailed off from there until I wasn't doing any. Part of me, because of how good I felt when I was water fasting, for a little while anyway, because there's no salts, you get really drained, and it's not worth it. But even the first 24 to 36 hours is fine. You still have electrolytes going, and you still got energy. I just felt amazing. Some part of me fundamentally knew that fasting was the answer. I just somehow knew somewhere there that it was the answer, but I guess I was too scared, and I just didn't have the right guidance to really apply it fully. So then I found the snake diet, Cole Robinson's thing, and he encourages what he calls the fasting focused lifestyle, which is now the lifestyle I've been living for the last, I think, 1 to 2 months. So this absolutely changed my life. There were two primary elements to the snake diet that changed everything for me. When I started just sort of listening to what he was saying, something triggered inside me, and something like a light bulb went off, and I was like, yeah, okay, this is what I've known all along. This is the truth. So what I now believe is that fasting should be the primary focus. So that's what the fasting mindset is fasting is more important than anything, except for maybe sleep, but sleep is fasting anyway. Fasting is more important than food, more important than the little snacks. Just should be the primary focus. You should be fasting all the time. So the minimum, the maximum anyone should be eating is once per day. Once per day, once every 2 days, even once every 3 days. You could trial many things, but OMAD is the most that anyone should be eating. We are designed to fast. When I first started fasting, that something triggers inside you when I did my first series of OMADs, which was 7 days straight. I realized that the first few were difficult, but after 7 days, I realized that I never wanted to eat any other way again. It just fits our bodies. We are evolved to fast. It's just how we're designed. If you don't believe it, then I suggest trying it. Once you've tried at least a 48-hour fast, you'll start to see sort of how natural it feels. Also, try about 7 days worth of OMADs, and I think anyone who tries this won't go back to eating the normal 6 meals a day. So yeah, that was the fasting mindset. What's so amazing about it is that it relies on nothing but yourself. So it falls in line with, where people look at we naturally seem to blame things or try to derive answers from things external to ourselves. It happens with emotions and all that stuff, and it happens with health. Think of food, think of drugs, think of supplements. People will always look for something external to themselves for the answers. But fasting brings us back to the truth, which is everything is inside us. The answers to health and happiness is already there. We have the tools, and we just rely on ourselves. Nothing external to us is going to do anything except make it worse. That includes food, supplements, drugs, anything. So we rely on the body alone. Fast, dry fast, and we can fix anything. So that mindset was the one of the things that the snake diet sort of changed my life with. The other one was the snake juice. So his snake juice, the way I do it, I've tried a couple of different ways. It's basically a teaspoon of potassium, a teaspoon of salt. He recommends pink salt. I don't use pink salt. I seem to react a little bit to it, so I just use plain salt. But it's about one of each in a liter of water. You could try 1 teaspoon each in 2 liters of water. Just see how you go. But the electrolytes, just as soon as I found them, through the year of being vegan, the most I could ever fast was 48 hours, and it was just ridiculously difficult. I kept trying, but I kept failing. But as soon as I found this snake juice, straight away I beat that record. It just makes fasting on water easy because you've still got energy. You can still live your normal life, but the whole time you just fast. So it just changed everything for me. As soon as I figured that out, I realized that we can just keep fasting, especially if you've got some body fat. You can just keep going and live your life normally until you get too lean. So yeah, they're the two main things that the snake diet has offered to me. It just definitely triggered things that I felt like I already knew. We're evolved for I don't know how long, millions of years, fasting. Every animal species fasts naturally when they're sick. I think they mainly dry fast. Animals have been dry fasting to hibernate for so long. It's just a part of our genetic code. And it needs to be the focus. It's the way the body has healed. It's the way the body has rested. The digestion has rested. It's the way it cleans itself out. And it's been this way for so long that fasting itself is more natural than... our bodies are designed to fast more than they are to eat constantly. That's why we're all getting sick, obese, miserable, depressed, everything. It's because we just forgot about fasting.